So there are 33 access points on the spine and the nervous system. And these access points are the areas in the spinal flow technique. When we contact these access points, we make a contact on that to bring about the spinal wave. There are 3 types of waves: the moving wave, the sensing wave, and the breathing wave. And by contacting the access points, what that does is it brings that wave into the system, but what it also does is it helps the body find and release the blockages that have been stored in the spine so they no longer have to be there. And so you might be saying, well, what's an access point? And so access points are the way that we can directly work with the nervous system to make the most amount of change. And so if you think about, there's something called the meninges. We've got the brain. Surrounded by the brain are the meninges. We've got 3 types of meninges. We've got the pia mater, arachnoid matter, and the dura mater. The dura mater is the outside layer. Not only is that around the cranium, but that attaches all the way down the spinal cord and around spinal cord all the way to the sacrum and to the coccyx. What it does as well is it lines the nerves as they come out to every organ, cell, tissue in the body. What houses this spinal cord is the spinal column. The spinal column, which is the bony structure with 33 movable bones, surrounds the spinal cord. And those meninges, especially the dura mater, which is the outside layer, attaches to this spinal vertebral column. And where it attaches mainly is here in the sacrum, here in the coccyx, but also around the cranium. And that's where the 33 access points are. And what I teach you in the spinal flow technique is where these points are, how to find them, how to locate them, but also how to make a contact on them so your body finds it, recognizes it, and brings in that spinal flow wave that's inside the system. What is awesome and what's different about these access points is they're directly located on nerve system tissue. They're exactly located where the dura mater attaches to the nervous system. They're not random points, they're speaking directly to the brain. And the reason these access points create this wave and also release the blockages that are stored is because we're working with your master controller, the spine, the nervous system, where most of the healing happens, through your brain. So just by contacting the access points, that's going to bring in the spinal wave that you can see through here, and it's also going to allow her to find and release the blockages in her system. What I love as well is contacting the access points are the areas that feel good. They're areas of opening. They're areas that when you make a contact, the body says, oh, this feels great. I myself have done so many modalities, or have met many practitioners that focus on what doesn't work and where there's stress and where there's blockages. With the spinal flow technique, we bring our focus and attention to the areas that are already working, the areas that already feel good, so we can create more. The access points are areas that the body says, oh, this feels good, this feels right, there's ease here. We make the contact through here exactly where the access point is. The nervous system recognizes that because that message goes from my hand all the way to her brain, because it's the same tissue. That dura mater is surrounding her brain, but it's also exactly where my hand is. So I'm speaking to the brain there. The brain comes down and says, okay, what do I need to do in my body to create greater healing? Brings in more wave, more spinal wave. It also scans the body and releases the blockage that is stored deeply in the nervous system. And those 33 access points are what you learn when you're studying the spinal flow technique.